All right, 7th grade, we are doing lesson 2.4. This is multiplying and dividing rational numbers. Guys, this section rocks. Like, finally in this chapter, we have one that's fun, okay? We've been adding, we've been subtracting, and to me, they're just tedious and it's not fun, okay? Multiplying and dividing, though, so much fun. You guys are actually going to love this section. But just like chapter 1, we have to remember something super important. The rules for addition with negative numbers are signs are the same, we just. Signs are different, we subtract. Okay? Are the rules for addition the same as the rules for multiplication? Nope, nope, nope. Can anyone tell me what the rules are with negative numbers with multiplication and division? Do you guys remember? Flora remembers. Flora, what is it?
If there's two negatives, then it makes positive.
Yes! Hey, everybody, look up here. 2 negatives make a?
Positive.
Good. What if I just have 1 negative?
Negative.
My answer is still negative, right? Okay. So the official rule for multiplying and dividing with negative numbers is if you have an odd number of negative signs, your answer will still be
Negative.
if you have an even number of negative signs, your answer will be
Positive.
which makes sense, right? Because 2 negatives, it takes 2 of them to make a
Positive.
Okay, try to remember that because the rules are completely different now than sections 1, 2, and 3. Okay? Ready, Freds?
Mm-hmm.
You have this at the top of your notebook. You have 2.4, multiplying and dividing.
Yeah.
All right, let's jump right in. It's really fun, I promise. You're going to like it a lot. So I'm on page 66 in the book. Let's write down some examples to begin, okay? First thing I want you guys to write down is this one right here. I'm just going to rewrite it so you can see it better. Negative 2/7. Oh, sorry, guys. Let me go ahead and airplay this first. No wonder you guys are just staring at me like, you were just like, huh, write down what? I gotcha. Airplay this up to the projector. It's on freeze. That's nice. Ta-da. There you go, sweet babies. Better?
Which one do we have to write down?
Negative 2/7. See that I just wrote?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, negative 2/7 times 1/3. Go and write that in your notes.
Multiplying fractions?
Multiplying fractions is so fun.
It's easy.
It's so easy. Do you guys remember the rules?
No.
Okay, I'll tell you. Multiply numerators with numerators. Multiply denominators with denominators. Bada bing, bada boom. Done. So fun.
It's easy, like, also, I don't like fractions.
Okay, ready? What is 2 times 1?
2.
What is 3 times 7?
21. And it's negative.
Why is it negative, Flora?
Because there's only one negative.
There's only one negative. And if there's only one negative, your answer's still?
Negative.
And do I have to reduce? No. Is there anything that can go into 2 and 21?
Nope.
No, because 21 doesn't divide by 2 nicely, correct?
No.
Guys, how easy was that?
Easy.
Wonderful?
Yeah.
Okay, here's the catch. Those were nice numbers because were they mixed fractions? No, those are just fractions, right? Now, if you do have a mixed number, here, let me give you an example of that to write in your notes. Right here, this little guy. Oh, this is a division problem. I want a multiplication problem. Hold on. Let me find a good multiplication mixed number problem. Division. Why won't they give me a good one? Aha. Let's do, these are all division. Aha, I see one, 25. Okay, write this one in your notes. Negative 3 1/3 times, you don't have to write the parentheses, by the way, okay? Negative 2 7/10. Remember, guys, the reason why the book puts parentheses right there is so that you don't think this says negative 3 1/3 times minus 2 7/10. They just want you to know that's a negative sign, not
I
a,
used to always think that
when you were little.
Shows me the problem,
Uh-huh.
and he would run it like without parentheses.
And you'd be like, why is it times
Why is
minus?
it time minus? And he was like, that's a negative. What?
Okay, so here's what we have to do. We have to do this. You cannot get around it. You have to do this. Ready? To multiply mixed numbers, turn them into improper first. You have to do it. Yep, times plus. What's 3 times 3?
9.
Plus 1 more? 10 thirds. Keep the negative, right? What's 2 times 10?
20.
Plus 7? Keep the negative. Now, just do what we just did. You multiply the numerator with the numerator, the denominator with the denominator. Now, guys, don't panic. Anything times 10 is super easy. You just put a 0 behind the other number, right? So it'd be 270 over.
30.
Okay, now before we do anything, why is it positive?
Because there's 2 negatives.
2 negatives make a?
Positive.
Sweet. Now, are we done?
No.
Got to reduce, right? Now, this isn't so bad. How many 30s can go into 270 without going over? Well, think about this. 10 of those would be 300.
9.
So you're saying let's try 9 or 8? Let's try 9 first. What's 30 times 9?
That's 170.
Ooh! Ooh! Is that perfect?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. 270 divided by 30 is 9. No fraction, no decimal. And it's positive. It's beautiful. I love when things happen like that. Gorgeous. Okay, so far we've done 2 examples. The first example we did was just plain old fractions, right? Multiply your numerators, multiply your denominators. Easy. The second example was how to multiply mixed numbers. What was my super important thing I had to do first? Turn them into improper. Very good. Okay, let's do a division problem. Let's do this guy. Go and write this one. Oh, that's okay. I'll tell you. It's so fun. So fun. Go and write this down. Careful with that stool. Just leave it alone once you get it back straight up. And then just don't put your feet on it. Okay. You have this written down? Sweet. Hey, are my rules different when it comes to multiplication and division with negative signs? Nothing, not at all. So guys, even before we do the math, will my answer be positive or negative?
Negative.
Yes, because there's only one negative sign? Okay, now just like multiplication with mixed numbers, you have to turn these into improper first. Okay, so let's just do that. What's 5 times 5?
25.
Plus 1? Keep your denominator. What's 2 times 3?
6.
Plus 1 more. Keep your denominator. And we're dividing, correct? Did you see that I accidentally, not really, but accidentally I didn't bring down my negative sign?
Yeah.
The reason why I didn't do that is because you already told me my answer is going to be negative.
Yeah.
So now I'm kind of ignoring it just because I already know my answer is going to be negative. Now, you can only do that if you're really good at remembering to put your answer back up here, right? Because you don't want to now do the math, have your answer, and have your answer here and be like, oopsies, I forgot my little fella, right? So don't do that if you're bad at remembering to put your answer back where you had the negative, okay? So I'll go ahead and put my negative here just in case, okay? Now, dividing fractions. You guys remember in elementary school, you guys called it skip, flip, and multiply. What that means is skip this one, flip this one, and change that division into a multiplication sign.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to tell you, that's what we're doing, but I'm going to tell you the real words. You guys know the real words because I know you learned it in 6th grade. Yes, we're multiplying by the multiplicative inverse. What that means is the inverse means opposite, right? So we're going to do the inverse, or the opposite of that fraction, and then we're going to multiply. That's what the word multiplicative means, okay? Now, I want you to also know another word. You probably have heard this too. What is it called when I flip a fraction? It's called it starts with an R. The reciprocal. Good job. It's called the reciprocal. Okay? So we're not going to say skip, flip, and multiply anymore because that's what you do in elementary school. We're going to call it multiplicative inverse, or we could say multiply by the reciprocal. Multiply by the Okay. So instead of saying skip, flip, multiply, I'm going to say multiply by the reciprocal. So I've got negative 26 over 5. Reciprocal of 7/3 is 3/7, and we're going to multiply. Okay? You can still say skip, flip, and multiply in your mind. I just want you guys to get used to hearing the math terms, okay? Now, just like the other two examples we just did, multiply the numerators. Sweet. What's 26 times 3?
78.
7 times 5 is?
35.
Okay, and my answer is going to be negative. Are we still clear on that?
Yeah.
Now, how many 35s can come out of 78 without going over?
2.
2 of them? What is 35 plus 35?
70.
Sorry. No.
70.
Yeah.
70?
Yeah.
So subtract 70 from the top
8. 35.
and keep my
Dominator. Wait.
negative. Keep that negative, guys. Okay, can I reduce this?
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say.
What is 35 times, okay, so what if I divide this by 5, what would I get?
20.
A 7, but can I divide this by 5?
No.
No.
2?
Is there anything?
No.
It's not even even number, so does it divide by 2?
Oh,
No. So am I done?
Yeah.
That's it. Okay? I think the big things you're going to have to remember are turn your mixed numbers into improper. The other thing you're going to have to remember is that negative, that pesky, pesky negative. If you know from the very beginning that it's going to be negative, try to remember to keep that negative sign with your answer at all times, okay? Yes? You got this? When dividing fractions,
Can we do our check-in today?
multiply by the...
I don't know. Reciprocal.
Okay, I'll say it again. When dividing fractions, multiply by the...
Reciprocal.
Everybody. I got so many kids not saying nothing. When dividing fractions, you multiply by the...
Reciprocal.
Good children. Let's do another example. Do you want to do these ones on your white... Oh, never mind. This one's kind of crazy. Let's do this one first. Let's do this one and your notes first. Then we'll do whiteboard work. Woo! Look at this fun one. Huh? Huh? Nope. That's not an absolute value bracket, guys. That's a great question. That's called a bracket. A bracket is like a grouping symbol, okay? Which, what do we know about grouping symbols? What else is a grouping symbol? Parentheses. So this bracket is kind of like parentheses, okay?
Do you have to do it first?
Yep.
So it's basically parentheses.
It's basically parentheses.
It's just
Then why don't they just
cool
I don't know. I think they just want you to know what a bracket is, because when you see a bracket, you won't be like, huh, what is that? What's up, Mr. T?
How you doing?
Good, how are you doing?
I just want to enjoy the nice couch.
Oh, enjoy some fractions,
Watch
too.
some education.
Let's enjoy some fractions.
Some good learners.
Yes.
All right, sweet peas, what do we do first? The insides of the bracket?
yeah.
Okay, now hold up. This is 4/5 times -7. How do I turn -7 into a fraction?
7.
Good job. Now, let's just do this one first. We'll worry about this guy in a second. All right. How do I multiply fractions? Anybody, everybody.
Numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator.
Awesome. 7 times 4?
28.
5 times 1?
5.
Hold up, hold up.
Keep the negative.
Why, Flora?
Because there's only one negative.
Do you guys see that?
Yep.
In multiplication, if there's only one negative, my answer is still
Negative.
sweet. Now, are we done?
No.
We forgot this little guy. Don't reduce yet. Okay? Don't reduce yet. That would be silly. -1/7 times -28/5. Why do you know that?
Because
Because 2 negatives make a positive.
yeah.
Whoop, whoop. Can you catch this? Boom. Oh, good
I
try.
don't think she could catch it.
Hey, psst. What did Flora say?
It's going to be 2
Two
negatives make a positive.
Oh my gosh! Okay, my answer is going to be positive. That's nice. I can ignore my negatives. Guys, what's 28 times 1?
28.
What is 7 times 5?
35.
Okay, just by looking at these two numbers, can I reduce?
Yeah, 7.
This was trickery.
4/5.
Yes! Okay, so here's what my brain would have done as a 7th grader and now. I would have been like, that's an even number. That's a 5. Can't divide by 2. And then I would have gone, that's a 5 and that's not a 5. Can't divide by 5, right? So it's really tricky. It's easy to be like, oh, I'm done. But hold on. What times 5 is 35?
7.
5 times 7 is 35. What times 7 is 28?
4.
So what do they have in common? A 7. Oh my goodness, that could have been a train wreck. So divide by 7. Divide by 7. What's 28 divided by 7?
4.
Whoops, I just got my eraser.
4/5.
4 over 5. And it's positive because 2 negatives make a.
Positive.
Da, 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 da. Even though that looked terrifying when we first started, was it that bad? No, we just had to do parentheses, brackets first, right? Then do the stuff outside. But you don't want to know a lot of kids will make the mistake. Where they'll make the mistake? They'll do this math. They'll get this answer. Maybe they reduce it, and then they're done. What they forget to do? What did they do? They forgot to multiply by the 1/7. Always go back to your original equation and say, okay, bring down what you haven't used. Bring down what you haven't used, right? Okay, do you want to do whiteboard work now?
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. Get your whiteboards out. Let us do... How's about... Let's do some division, yeah? Remember, we don't say skip, flip, and multiply anymore because we're big kids. What do we say? Multiply by the...
Inverse.
Yes, or the multiplicative.
Inverse.
Awesome. All right, here's your first one for your whiteboard. -7/10 divided by 2/5. -7/10 divided by 2/5. Not 5/2. Oh, we already flipped, skip, multiply. Nuts. Hey, Christine. What? Is my answer going to be negative or positive?
No, negative because there's only one negative sign.
Got it. Okay, I see some little sweet chickens out there who haven't even started writing. Go, 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 my friends, go. Remember, when we're dividing, we multiply by the... Yes, or multiply by the...
Reciprocal.
I'm seeing a lot of different answers out there. Check your work. Okay, guys.
Wait, this is good.
Okay, much better. Don't 1, 2, 3 show me, but just look up here for a second. Don't erase your work. Don't erase your work. Look at your process. Did you skip it?
Yeah.
Did you flip it?
Yeah.
Did you multiply?
Yeah.
Or now that we're big kids, we multiplied by the reciprocal. Okay. The multiplicative inverse. What's 7 times 5?
35.
What's 2 times 10?
20.
And Christine told us it was going to be. Now, how many of you got to that point? Like you got those numbers. I saw almost everybody get those numbers, right? Now here's the part where kids mess up. Reducing. Guys, it's not that bad. Just ask yourself, how many 20s could come out of a 35 without going over?
1.
1. Because 2 would be 40, right?
Yeah.
Now watch what you do. A giant 1.
With a negative.
Yes, but hold on. 2 times 1 is, 20 times 1 is?
20.
Take that out of the top. Take that out of the top.
15.
Which is 15?
And you reduce, and 5 goes into both. So that would be 3/4. Yeah. With a 1.
Okay.
And a negative.
-1 and 3/4. How many kids got the 3/4 and then forgot to give that guy to him? Oh, good. Nobody made that problem? That makes me happy because I do that sometimes too. Did you do that?
Yeah.
You got the 3/4 though?
Yeah.
Hey, that means you did the math right. We just got to remember to stick our things together, right? How you guys doing? Did you get this?
Yeah.
Okay, this one is going to be a 1, 2, 3 show me. You ready? Number 11. Boop.
The erasers aren't good anymore.
I know. I need to cut some new ones, don't I? 4 divided by negative 3/8. Remember, when we divide, we multiply by the watch those negative signs. Thank you. You're welcome.